Boy, J. Pull Talk Live right back at ya. Sitting back at the lumber spot I was at yesterday. Picking up a load of lumber right now. I'm turning this so you can see what it is. I gotta wait for JB Hunt. JB Hunt, they only allowed to carry, the lady told me, about 75,000 pounds. So you gotta wait for them. I can see what it is. They sitting here loading up JB Hunt, and I gotta wait. Definitely gotta wait out. They sitting out here for a minute. Told me I had a 7 o'clock appointment. Turn around, I got an 8 o'clock appointment. I don't know if they said that to I can get. Hey, what up? Good morning, Sage. Now I gotta wait for JB Hunt. Cause JB Hunt, they not, see, we have overweight permits. So we have up to 90,000 pounds that I could run from upstate New York down to Jersey. JB Hunt, he'll be back in a minute, man, hopefully. What's going on with you, Sage, man? Thanks for stopping through, brother. I appreciate it, man. Right now, sit up here waiting real quick, you know, trying to see what's going on. I don't know why they keep telling me that, oh, you got a 7 o'clock, then you got an 8 o'clock. You got an 8 o'clock, you got an 8:30. Let me move up something. I know JB Hunt, he be all right, man. He be all right. But I know I'm gonna have to wait for him anyway. Yeah, I know you were saying something. Somebody wanted to reach out as far as driving trucks. You know me, man. I'm always available, man. Just let me know, man. Yeah, it's gonna be hot out here, man. And shit, my AC ain't even working right now. Damn bird. I should have dropped the video. Bird flew up in the grill, got smashed up in the AC condenser. Now I gotta order a whole new AC condenser for the damn truck. And I took the, I didn't know what the bird was doing. The bird was he was between the grill and the radiator dead. I should have known better when the bird flew up in the truck. The damage he was gonna cause. I mean, just something small as that about to cost me, if I get it from the dealer, about $400. If I order the condenser off Amazon, about $100. So I might just even get, I'm gonna go with Amazon. Oh, okay, yeah, just let me know, Sage, man, let me know. So now I gotta sit out here, man, the AC in the truck ain't working. I tried to put a can of Freon in here yesterday, and a big old cloud of smoke came out the front of the motor. And that's what it was. The Freon dripped out. So now I gotta wait. I'm trying to see if I can break this thing real quick. Alright, yeah, show you what's going on in this yard. Nope. So what I'm doing is trucks going back and forth, just waiting. Trying to get this thing to set. I know JB Hunt coming back. See, that's the only thing about when you come to lumber yards and you picking up freight, that you're gonna have to wait regardless. You got a rate, but see, he got a rail box, and when you dealing with, see, when you dealing with containers, and here he come. Here go JB Hunt coming back too. Told you he coming back. When you dealing with rail, see, he have a rail box. When you dealing with rail boxes, the pay is different and the load is different. They don't want you putting all of that weight on that rail box. So JB Hunt is only allowed to carry 75,000 pounds. That's the most he can carry, and that's a big box. So he gonna keep coming back and forth, and that's gonna kill me on time right now, because I gotta try to get all the way down to the port. So I gotta go, I got a 4-hour drive back. Yeah, no patience, man. You gotta have a lot of patience. That's one thing about dealing with this. You gotta have a lot of patience, man. You gotta have patience dealing with this. Because if not, you be going crazy out here, man. So he gotta be back, he gotta back up, pull. So they might have to take one slab off, or they might have to take one off or put one on. So he gotta, this is what you call a rail box. Intermodal box is rail box. So they put those on the train. They don't put those on the ship. Those go on the train, probably Cali, Washington State. They going somewhere. But they don't put those on a boat. What I pull Container boxes, these goes on the ship. So I can get anywhere from, like yesterday, probably yesterday, 86,000 pounds. Today I might get 84, 85, I don't know. But now you gotta wait. Well, now I gotta wait anyway. So I can even pull up to about 100,000 pounds in New York State with the permits we got. We got permits from New York State. That's about 100,000. From PA to Jersey is 90,000. Can't go over that. So most of the time with the truck that I got, I could pull 85, 86, 89,000. I'll be pulling it smooth. Yeah, they make homes out of these boxes, man. Yeah, they got them all on YouTube, man. I own one. I own a 20-footer. But they definitely make homes. Now check out this guy right here. See, I don't know what he got to do. He got that big old boom, so I don't know where he going with this boom. So I guess he got to push it forward. So he got to stick that inside his rail box. I don't know if he got to slide it forward because he's trying to measure between the axles. The axles are right here. You see where those holes in the rails? So they can't move. They can move it, but they're not allowed to move it too far because they got to go in a train like that. So they got to line it up with them holes on the rails. So he might have to push it up so he can balance the freight out. Yeah, they make homes out of these, man. Yeah, you could build a stack of houses with these rail box and container boxes, man. You ain't got to worry about no leaks. You got to back up more. You got to back it up more. So I guess he about to put one more on. I know he ain't about to take nothing off. Man, you could build a 3-story apartment out these things, man. They ain't gonna fall over. All you gotta do is put locks on the top. Once you lock them down right here, I don't know how far he going back. Man, he going on. What, he going in the building? Man, I don't know how far JB Hunt going back. He going right in the building. Man, he going dead in there. Yeah, I guess I don't know. They gotta take something off. Yeah, it's gonna be all day. You gotta have patience for this one. I was trying to get low to be phone, but they was like, nah, since I got it 8 o'clock, they was like, tell JB Hunt to get in front. This could take all day. I could be sitting here at 9, 10 o'clock. Yeah, this gonna be all day right here, man. This is crazy. If you ain't got no patience, man, don't even get involved in this lifestyle. This trucking lifestyle will take everything from you, man. If you got any plans for Friday night, you got any plans for the weekend, hey, don't let you get out here talking about when you want to be a truck driver. Because I don't care if you're a company driver. I don't care if you're an owner operator. I don't care if you own the fleet. There's going to be some way they're going to keep you in here. Like I said, I still got a 4-hour drive back. I don't know where JB Hunt taking that box. He either going to the yard or he going to the rails. But see, the difference in pay is that the rails pay cheaper than the port. The port, we be in there all day, so the pay is different, but it's pretty much still the same job. I mean, different than with JB Hunt, he got benefits. I don't have benefits. I got to pay for my own benefits. So he got benefits. He got a uniform. Me, I'm just regular. If that truck break down, JB Hunt stay with a check. My truck break down, I got to fix it. I got to pay for this. But JB Hunt ain't a bad job though. If you looking to get on with JB Hunt, it's not a bad outfit. They like he driving that day cab, so this is considered a day cab right here. So that's a day cab. Sleepers with a bell on the back, but he home every night. You know, you got guys who do run the road for JB Hunt, but plus we pick up for JB Hunt also. So when it come down to a lot of trucking company, we swap. I guess they swap billings and swap freight. So you'll go to the port and pick up for them what they can't get, even though they got their own trucks in the port now. So they pull the container boxes and rail. They ain't never used to do that, but now they do. They will put you in a brand new truck. Now this is all day over here. I got up early, running up here, speeding, thinking I'm gonna get loaded. Bam. Told the brother, you gotta stop. It is different though doing this, man. Trucking ain't easy, man. I tell you that, excuse me, but trucking ain't easy. People think it's easy, man. It may look easy, but this ain't easy. You know, it's a lot of waiting time. Sometimes it's a lot of driving. You know, some people say, oh, I could drive a truck. I could drive 2 hours. No, you can't. Try driving 17 hours, 11 hours straight. Try doing that. Try drive 11 hours and you got a female with you. She got to use the bathroom all the time. You ain't going nowhere like that. No disrespect to the women, but shit, you out there on the road driving, they got to use the bathroom. You got to keep stopping and pulling over. Now, when you a truck driver, you got to keep the wheels spinning because if wheels ain't spinning, you ain't making no money. Hey, what up? What up, Spawn? Salute, brother. How you, man? What's going on with you, Spawn? Ain't seen you in a minute. Where you been at, bro? Yeah, hey, where's Spawn been at, man? I ain't seen Spawn in a minute. You know, been supporting from day one. Oh, yeah, man. You know me, man. That's all I know how to do. Well, I could do other things, but like I said, driving trucks, you know, when you out here, it definitely give you a peace of mind. It definitely give you a peace of mind, man. But it's hard work, you know, anything. Hey, check this out, right? Hey, I'm gonna ask y'all a question, right? And I thought it was funny. It's kind of off track from trucking. I thought it was funny, right? And it pretty much told me pretty much how old I am and where I grew up at, right? Now, I was asked this question yesterday. If you was raising 2 boys and a girl, and you was struggling, what was the question was? What would you cook? What would you make to stretch? What would you cook? Or what would you buy to stretch the food out if you was raising 2 grown boys and a daughter, or just 2 grown boys, right? What would you cook and what would you buy? And I thought it was funny because my response was crazy, right? No, it wasn't crazy, but growing up in the hood, growing up in the housing projects, growing up on welfare, growing up on Section 8, growing up in the system, the first thing came to mind was a meat packing plant. And I thought that was funny because growing up, you know, times was hard for everybody. So your mom's raising kids, you got 5 kids in the house, and you knew best to, if you want to, yes, you knew best to where as though if you want to, like, if you only had a couple of dollars, like $60, $35 to get your meat packing plan. And shit was funny as hell, right? Because a meat packing plan, you go to the bodega. In New York, they call it a bodega. In Jersey, we call it the Puerto Rican spot, or we call it the Poppy spot, the corner, you know, the Puerto Rican store. So we run up in there, spend $35. You get a pound of chicken legs, a pound of ground beef, turkey legs, smoked turkey legs, chicken wings, yellow cheese, bread, milk, and you can swap out between a ginger ale or a C&C. And them days that they still do that, they kept a lot of families strong. I don't care if you was Hispanic or black. They kept a lot of families strong back then. I know they threw the roof down, right? But you know, back then, man, you was able to pay $35 and you walk out with the little thick little plastic bag in the food package, man. So you walk out with the thick old plastic bags, you know, you was happy to get that, man. Back in the day, you spent like $54. You had like, you spent about $100. You had Trump King, man. You had 3 pounds of everything. Then they gave you like they gave you the cheap white bread, right? They give you that cheap old white bread with the yellow cheese, the block cheese. You was able to eat. And tell you something, that'll last you a month, bro. You spend $100 package, man. They help you if you spend the $100 package. They would help you to your car, and then Western Beef started selling it. So Western Beef, you had to go all the way back in the freezer department. You with your moms, you back there freezing, you shaking. You got on shorts, a tank top in the summertime. I'm telling you something, man. Don't meat packet plans and no food packet plans. They came in handy, man. Shout out to the Puerto Ricans, man, that made it happen for people in the hood, man. So I was laughing. So she was like, I didn't expect that. I probably thought she was gonna say spaghetti or something. I'm like, nah. I grew up on welfare. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie and say I grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth. Nah, man. I grew up on welfare, man. Food stamps, you had to spend 50 cents. You know, you had to spend 50 cents to break a stamp. So I grew up on that, man. I ain't gonna sit up there and say, you know, I was raised with a silver spoon, and moms had a good job and pops had a good job. Nah, man. Oh yeah, you was just in the freezer there, right? I know, right? See, when you do a meat packet play, your mother had to get a deep freezer. You had to get a deep freezer if you do a meat packet play, because you ain't had nowhere to put that meat. You ain't had nowhere to put that meat. So we used to come home, like, I ain't gonna lie. I had to do that, what? I go to the barber shop in Newark. No, is it East Orange on the corner? It's East Orange and Newark on the borderline. Hey, what's going on, Grace? So it's East Orange and Newark on the borderline in Essex County, right? So right next to where I get my hair cut at, Dominican dude cut my hair. Johnny cut my hair. So right next door, they got the little poppy spot there. Yeah, I ran up in there. I spent, what, $50? Man, I got so much stuff. Oh, yeah, they had the fake dollars. That confused me when I was little. Hey, tell me about it, man. Yeah, man, that colorful money was tripping. That money paid a lot of bills, though, man. I ain't gonna need lie, man. That money paid a lot of bills. A lot of bills, man. And then if you had to go to the laundromat, you know how many of them food stamps you had to break to get changed for $1? Yo, you be at the laundromat right there. You know what crazy, right? When your mother told you, boy, go to the store, right? I need some. I'm gonna go to the store. It's like, go to the store. I need some pads. See, I know I ain't gonna get on deep into it. So I want you to go to the store. I want you to break $1. Get me some pads. Bring those pads home, and boy, you spend the rest of my change. Boy, I'm gonna whoop you for that. So you come on, you be embarrassed, right? So you wait till everybody leave out the store just to go in and buy your mother pads, just so you can sneak out. Every day, so man, you was kids growing up, man, saying you had to do that you didn't want to do, man. But it was crazy though. But you get the meat packet plan, you had to come home because you know that the skin on the chicken was kind of rough. So you had to come home, you had to soak that meat into like a big pail. You had to put vinegar, lime juice, and you had to put vinegar, lime, and what else? Vinegar, lime, salt, and lemon juice. So you had to soak it for about an hour. And then you had to go back in the kitchen, and you had to get a sharp knife. You had to scrape all the fat off. You had to cut all the chicken skin off. Before you know it, you had an extra bag of chicken skin. That shit was crazy. I tell you, growing up was different, man. It ain't like how it is now, man. No, JB Hunt done? Nah, I think he'll be back. JB Hunt will be back. He ain't done yet. I hope so. Oh, yeah, what's going on, Leslie? I see you. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, growing up was crazy in the hood, man. It was crazy in the hood. You know, it was crazy, though, man. But you appreciate it now, because now you can't get those deals no more, man. Everything is high. The money is up. Your times changed a lot, Spawn. Times changed a lot. Changed a lot. You can't get it the way you used to, man. Can't get it like that, man. You go in there try to get a meat packet plan now, man, they give you a half a pound of everything for like $80. You be like, come on, man. This ain't no food, man. This ain't no food. Back then, you was able to swap out. You can't do that no more. They give you some cheap old hot dogs, but man, I ain't this, man. But times have changed, man. These kids wouldn't know that. Yeah, yep. See, these kids wouldn't know. They don't know what we went through growing up, man. They thought it was easy, man. Nah, man, the game was taught, man. And then tell you one thing, right? And plus, when it was hot outside, when you had that meat packet plan, man, you ain't feel like drinking them. Y'all was sitting in the house sucking on ice pops. Shit, no diddy. Y'all was in the house with ice pops, boxes of them, man. Back then, it was only, what, 25 cents? It's crazy growing up as kids, man. See, when I be hearing people on YouTube and they be talking about I wasn't never on welfare, I wasn't never in the system, cut it out, man. Yeah, how you survive without Wi-Fi? Exactly. That because you know why? Everybody had to pull up. You had a problem with somebody, you came outside. You had a problem with somebody, you knocked on their door. You had a problem with somebody, you seen them after school. You know where you gonna see them at. You kids now, man, yeah, we ain't had no Wi-Fi growing up. Wasn't no Wi-Fi, nah. You see, back then, you lucky to have an Emerson phone and a flip phone. Man, we had beepers. Yo, I'm telling you, black people and Spanish people are so creative. We used to take, you take a beeper, text a certain number and flip it upside down, you would get a word. You know what I'm saying? You get words out of beep. We was able to take the beepers with the street phones that was outside. Because you know, the phones outside, some phones would work. So you was able to rig it with quarters. And then you was able to use the phone, but then you take a piece of a popsicle stick and jam it in it to get all the quarters out. That shit was crazy. Just be mobbing them machines for quarters. Then they just took the telephones out the hood, but they don't know nothing about that, man. We had a phone, so if you was in the projects and that phone rang, what you do? You be like, ew. People looking out the window like, yo, what up? Yo, you got a phone call. They come running downstairs. I'm gonna tell you something. When I had I used to work for, I had a summer, what, you remember, do y'all remember summer youth employment? We had to be 14 to get a job. You thought that was the best thing in your life, man. Thought that was the best thing in your life. So at that time, for summer youth employment, my moms didn't have a house phone. So we used to get the phone off the street. So living in the projects, we had 2 phones that was in the center court. So if you was able to get that number, man, that's the number you gave to employment people, man. Like, man, I ain't got no phone. Yeah, I know, right? So we was able to get the phone number, give them the phone number to outside. So you like, yo, well, man, somebody gonna call me for a job. Be like 30 dudes around the phone. As soon as that phone call, if you get to do that on a client, he'll call, yo, what up, yo. You come outside, you got the job by using a pay phone because everybody ain't had no phone. You ain't had back then, you ain't had no Bell Atlantic. Back then it was Bell Atlantic. Yeah, life was different growing up, man. Yeah, they don't see that now, man. It wasn't no arguing on no Wi-Fi. It wasn't no YouTube. It wasn't none of that, man. It was all about big families and structure. Yeah, I know, right? That's how it is now. Back then, you had to know everybody's number. You had to know everybody's number. Now, you ain't got to memorize nothing. The life done changed, man. It's going to get crazier. Everything changed. The food done changed. There ain't no grandmothers no more. Nah, they ain't got nothing to do, man. You know what, man? Because we had the YMCA. You remember the YMCA? The YMCA Boys and Girls Club, we had all that. They done took all that away. Before they took that away, they was charging you to even join. So if you was trying to join the YMCA, the Boys and Girls Club, back then it was free, but then they started charging you. They started charging you, man. That's why a lot of these kids now is in the streets. Back then, you ain't had to worry about gang banging the too tough up here, up north. You ain't had to worry about it because you had somewhere to go. You know, if you wasn't going to the Boys and Girls Club, you was able to go to the local gym. Yeah, nothing no more, man. I'm telling you, you was able to go to the local gym. You know, you was able to go swimming. They took all of that away, man. All of that they had for free, they took it away, man. I guess it was all self-designed to have us the way things are now with the kids. Because back then, you had somewhere to go. You know, in the summertime, you go to camp. You know, then they was giving that in the summertime. You couldn't wait because they gave out the free lunches for the kids. So you got the little package with the little, you got a sandwich, an apple, and an applesauce, and a milk or a juice. So you was able to go to the different spots in the hood to get that. Then your mother didn't have to cook in the morning. Your mother had to cook in the afternoon because you had somewhere to go. You had somewhere to go. Nowadays, kids ain't got nowhere to go, man. Nah, they so angry now. There's no programs. There's no system put in place. You know, all the money that they put into the hood was taken out. You know, if they gave the money to the, no shot to the churches, but you got to call it what it is. All the money that was given to the churches wasn't put back in the hood. That's how you had the rights and all of that, man. It was giving the money to the churches, giving the money to your local congressman, and that money was, man, J.B. Hunt. He got a full load, man. He still ain't done. They might have to take some of that stuff off. Either they're going to take some off or they're going to put something on. But, yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, everything that was put in place was taken. Now, we ain't nothing out there right now. You know, now you got the internet raising these kids. Back in the day, they said, oh, the music raised the kids. Now you got the internet raising the kids. And nowadays, you got mothers is in the club with the grandkids. That's a shame, man. You got fathers running around here in the club with their grandkids. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, I know, right? You had a lottery system in the school, yeah. That only let me tell you something, man. All this man isn't changed now, man. Look at this. JB Hunt better apply the brakes. His truck about to roll forward. He better look at him running. You see his little legs running? Now, if he keep pushing that boom in that truck like that, that truck gonna roll and hit all that equipment over there. If JB Hunt, you don't want to set his brakes. Still gonna move. Now, I'm from Jersey, though. Nah, I'm up here now, Cortland, New York. Yeah, Jersey, stand up. I'm up here, man. Yeah, he looking all crazy now. He done seen the truck move. Now, he nervous now. Now, I hope he ain't got to come back, then I could get loaded. Nah, I grew up in Jersey, man. Now, I grew up in Jersey, man. Now, I grew up in North, man. Things are different. Things are different now. Yeah, but they put everything into place, man. And now they done took so much away. And now the kids don't even want to go outside no more, man. Everybody want to be on the internet now, man. I tell you one thing, we grew up where we wanted to go outside. Like a day not being outside, you missed a lifetime. That's like going to school. The day you ain't go to school, you missed a lifetime of school, man. You're like, yo, what happened? What happened? What happened? He done? All right, yeah, he's done now. Let me go ahead, man. Let me get up on this real quick. That day, they said he done, but. All right, let me back in here real quick. Give me 1 second. Tell the people's in the slot. I got a 4-hour drive back to Port Newark, so that's the only reason I'm a little off on that end. Let me go chart these wheels real quick. We right back now. We in the dock. So hopefully they can go ahead and get this loaded so I can hurry and get back to the port so I can drop a hook. The port been crazy lately also. You spending sometimes you spending 4 to 6 hours in the port. And right now the ports are slow, so they back you up purposely, man. So this is getting crazy. Yeah, but I don't know where you got it set up now, man. They got it set up now for these kids can fail, man. That's where they got it set up now. But like if you can grab a hold to your kids and talk to your kids and guide your kids, I think that's the best way to go with that. Because I don't believe in, like I tell people, I don't believe in hitting kids. Because if you can sit down and talk to your kids and look at your kids a certain way, they can respect you like that. You know, when you got young men growing up and you guide them right, they don't want to let you down. Especially if you got to be in these females' lives also. You know, all of that sitting around here yelling and screaming and beating on these kids, the beatings don't work no more because now these kids are so out of place right now and they so quick to be influenced by other things on social media. These kids will come back and they killing their parents, man. You know, they killing their parents now, man. They killing each other. They don't make no sense. So sometimes it's just if you raise your kids a certain way and you could be able to talk to your kids, you could get through to your kids. Like my daughter, when the whole COVID thing came, when she graduated from college, 747 kids graduated with her. When she graduated from college a couple years ago. That was 747 kids graduated through college that stuck through it. A lot of kids through COVID, they jumped out. They dropped out of school. So, you know, these kids, if you talk to them a certain way and you live by a certain moral code, right? Your kids would see that. I don't care if you got, now I say this for example, I got kids by different mothers. But you would never know that I have that because my sons, they all act the same. Respectful, they work, you know, they want more, they go hard and they always say, Dad, I don't want to let you down. You know, and I respect that coming from my boys. So I don't have to worry about, like knock on wood, I ain't never been in jail. I never did no time in jail. So that's why I can't get up here and I can't jail talk. And I you know what I'm saying? Streets, yeah, I ran the streets heavy. But you would never hear me talk street talk up here. You know, you would never see me preach a certain way. Like, I'm not going to pump fake for y'all and tell y'all, well, I did this, did that. And I ain't never do none of that madness. But the stuff that I did in the streets, I won't go and come up on the internet and talk about it because it ain't nobody's business. That's not helping nobody. I believe if you're going to come on the internet and we all have a platform, right? We was all given a platform. And given this platform, we all have a certain way to deliver a message, right? Either it's positive or good, or sometimes you have to come negative because you're good, because sometimes you have to be negative just so that people can understand the message, and then you be positive. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat the trucking industry, or I'm not going to sugarcoat my life for saying, oh, I was brought up in a 2-family home. I wasn't. I was brought up by a single mom. You know, and shout out to my mother for that. I love my moms for that. You know, she had to do what she had to do to raise 5 kids. So I was brought up with a single moms. And, you know, some would say, well, 2 parents in a household is better. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not. Because you can have 2 parents in a household and you can be raising 5 or 6 kids, or maybe even 1. If you got a dominant mother and aggressive moms, that's most of the time that kid gonna pick up from that. And if you got the same thing, a dominant, aggressive father or a beta, you know, you got a father with a strong stance, and him and the mother clash all the time, eventually your kid's gonna pick up after the mother and the father. So if the father is a drunk, he on drugs, eventually them kids gonna see that. Kids gonna be sneaking in the back room, drinking and smoking what the father leave behind. The same thing with the mother. If the mother got a foul and disrespectful mouth and she always belligerent, she always talking down on the father, then the daughter is going to eventually pick that up. Or you might have a sensitive male that's going to pick that up too. So they're going to bring that with them when they go to school, when they start dealing with people. They're going to react like that. So most of the time, having the 2 parents at home ain't always 100%. I'm going to keep it 100. It ain't always 100%. A lot of people say, well, you know what you're talking about because you was only raised with a mother. Yeah. I had male figures in my life. I had a bunch of uncles. One of my uncles was a prize fighter. He was a boxer. I ain't gonna put the name out there, but he was a prize boxer. You know, he got paid for using his hands. So at the end of the day, I had a strong male background and support around me. So sometimes, you know, you really have to sit down and talk to these kids, man, and see what these kids want to do in life. You know, you have to be on them, man. And you know, back then we got beatings. And those beatings helped me out. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie about that. Them beatings helped me out. Yeah. You have to talk to these kids, man. You know, you just can't be allowing these kids to say what they want, do what they want, and allow them to move around because you want a different time, because you have a, you know, you have a mental behavior or mental illness problem, you bipolar, schizophrenic, and you have trauma. A lot of people have a lot of trauma that they try to hide from the kids or hide from the family. And when they come out, they don't know what to do. So they'll let the world raise the kids and let the kids go on their own. And it really shouldn't have to be like that, man. You really have to talk to these kids, because at the end of the day, they say the kids is the future. But right now, I don't see no future, you know, as far as the way the kids moving. You know, my kids are doing what they got to do. One of my sons, he's very bright. He goes to one of the best schools in Jersey City. My boys, my daughters, like all of them, they just did what they had to do. And you know, I respect them, I honor them, I get on the phone, I let my kids talk, man. My kids can call me right now and I let them ramble. I listen. I don't be over talking them. I don't be trying to tell them what they can or cannot do. But what I do, because of the knowledge that I have, I school them on certain things, but I let my kids talk, man. You know, I get on the phone, you know, my daughters tell me, Daddy, let me talk. Don't say no. I let them talk. I listen, because you have to listen to these kids, man. You have to listen to these kids. Because these kids gonna have a lot to go on. These kids will tell you some stuff will blow your mind, man. You be like, what? I ain't never did nothing like that. I was young, you know, you have to listen to these kids, man. You have to listen to them, man. You have to let them know, like, don't be faking, like, oh, you know, I ain't never smoked weed, and then your kids catch you smoking weed. You know, I never smoked weed around my kids. My kids will tell you they ain't never seen me even drink a beer until they got old enough to understand, you know. But my kids never seen me drunk. I never got drunk around my kids. You know, I never drunk no beer, never did no drugs. I ain't on that shit. You know, did no drugs, smoke weed, and I never did nothing around my kids. Now my kids old enough now, they see they pop smoke a cigar. You know, they see me poke a cigar. My daughter say, Daddy, you shouldn't really be smoking cigars. You know, it is what it is. But, you know, you have to talk to these kids, man. You have to be in these kids' lives, man. I know it's hard sometimes, man. You go through it with the mother, and the mother go through it with the father, but because if you want to see these kids grow up and be something in life, you have to be a part of that. You have to guide them, you know, but don't be trying to tell the kids what you want the kids to do, what you wanted to do. Nah, that's their life. You can't have your kids live the life that you wanted to live that you didn't have. You have to let these kids have their own life, man. So whatever life you didn't have, you wanted to be a police officer, you wanted to be in the service, you wanted to be a baller, you wanted to be, you know, corporate. Whatever these kids want to be, you have to allow these kids to control their own destiny, but you just have to be there and guide them, man, and just sharpen and shape them up, man. Talk to these kids. A lot of people don't understand that, man. They really understand, man, you know. Yeah, exactly, man. See, my father died when I was 4. So I didn't have that guidance from my pops, but I did have my uncles, you know. I had my uncles and, you know, a couple old heads in the street, you know. Growing up, we had a couple old heads in the street, you know. Shout out to Bomber's Barbershop. It's a guy named Bombers. I don't know if Bomber's still there. He's sitting right there on 8th Street and 11th Ave and North. And all the young men, we had somewhere to go, you know. So we used to go up in the barbershop, and Bombers he was like the neighborhood pops. And we used to go up in there, and Bombers taught us about everything. So crazy, right? Because when I first got my CDL license, I went to Bombers and told him he was more happy for me than I was. So when I first bought my first truck, my tractor, man, he came outside, that man down there cried, man. Because he watches all grow up. You know, you need something like that in your life, you know. He watched all us young men grow up in the street. So if you don't have that structure, you can always get it. You know, you just can't be hard. You got to be willing to listen. You know how sometimes these young kids now, most of them, they don't want to listen. You can't tell them nothing, man. They think they know everything. But growing up as a young man, you really don't know nothing. You know, all the lessons that your mother give you growing up, it's weird because you find yourself doing it. You know what I'm saying, Spawn? That's like your father give you lessons, your mother give you lessons, and you can be rebellious, right? You can say, nah, I ain't doing those dishes. I ain't cleaning that house. I ain't doing none of this. I don't want that job. But as you get older, you find yourself doing what you was taught. You can be rebellious all you want, but when you get older, you be like, wow, I'm doing the same thing my mom's taught me this. And, you know, as far as like me, I know how to cook because my mother taught me how to cook. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of lessons out there that these kids now, you know, you have to talk to them, man. Like telling these kids they don't need school, that's a lie. Telling these kids they need a street education, that's a lie. That's a lie. Telling these kids that can't nobody teach you the right way but me, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Telling these kids, you know, ain't no other option out there. You don't need to go to college. You don't need to go to the service. You know, I told my son, you know, if you ain't gonna do nothing, go to the service. But telling these kids that is showing these kids the streets and telling the kids that the life is in the streets. It's about making money and hustling and getting this street money. That's the wrong way to be teaching these kids, man. You know, I know a lot of people might hear this upload, be like, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. You don't teach your kids that, man. You want your kids to do better than you. You want your kids to have more than you. You know what I'm saying? You want your kids to pull up, working hard and drive a nice car and have a big house. Even if you don't have a house, at least you know your kids done did it. You want your kids to do better, man. You don't want your kids to do less than you. I'll be damned if I be outside smoking weed with my sons or drinking with my sons, man. What up, AJ? You know, I'll be damned if I'm in the streets and I'm out there partying with my kids, man. No, we ain't doing that, man. You know, I watched parents 50 years old, 40 years old with 2-year-old kids, but they kids still having kids. Nah, you can't do it. You want the best for your kids, man. You got to guide these kids. That's why the things is the way it is now, man. You know? Like I always tell the young men, if you ain't going to do nothing with your life, you turn 21, and if you ain't got nothing to do, get your CDLs. Right? Get your CDLs where you can make money. You can make money to drive. You can make money to sightsee, man. Hey, why not? You know, why not, man? You know, you tell these kids and, you know, you don't teach them right and they thinking that, you know, the only way they're going to make it out right now is, you know, scheming, credit card scheme, frauds and robbing and stealing, picking up a gun. That ain't the way to go, man. That ain't the way to go. When I talk to my boys don't be like, yo, what's up, yo? Kids don't talk to me like that. Nah, you don't want your kids talking to you like that. Yo, what up, yo? How you, yo? Nah, my kids don't talk like that. You shouldn't want that, man. You shouldn't want that, man. So as soon as your kids start calling you by your first name, it's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. So you got to talk to these kids, man. The way life is moving right now, it's a system out there, and that system want to lock your kids up. It's a system out there. I'm going to tell y'all something, right? Let me tell you how the system works. Now, I pay child support. And at the end of the day, this is how the system got it set up. Got into a situation where they would, I think it was Hamilton, New Jersey. I was in Hamilton, New Jersey. Something happened with a fuel. And the cops wanted to talk to me about some fuel, right? About some diesel fuel. And I'm going to tell you this crazy story. I ain't going to get in full detail about it. But the cops wanted to talk to me. So they didn't have my phone number. But what they did was they called a child of mine. And know how they found? Because I pay child support. Because the child is in the system. So what they did was they had my name and my first name and last name. They ran it through the system. And they found out that I was paying child support. So what they did, it reached out to my child. My child reached out to me and told me that the cops wanted to talk to me. So when you running around here putting these kids on child support, you're also putting these kids in the system. So if anything happened, they already got your kids in the system. They already got your kids toe tagged already. They already got these kids toe tagged in the system. So you running around here like, oh, no, this and that. No, they got your kids in the system. You thinking that you putting these kids on child support. You putting the father on child support to bleed them out. But you also put your kids in the system. You already setting them up already. So if your kid ever do anything, all they got to do is find out who the father is or who the mother is and go right in the system and snatch your child up. And to this day, the cop still ain't tell me how he contacted my child. But I already know how he did it. Because the crazy part, I ain't even know her Facebook. That tells you right there. They went right to Facebook. So, yeah, yep. All right, so they loaded me now. I should be out of here in a little bit, though. Yeah, I don't even know what time is it, man. I should be out here in a little bit. Oh, shit, same thing yesterday. Get out here by 9 o'clock. And the way the system got it set up now is crazy, but it is what it is right now. And the way they got the way they got this trucking industry set up. What up? What up? What up? Good morning. Good morning, Mama B. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I'm telling you, the way they got it set up right now is crazy, man. So you got to talk to your kids, man. Stop letting these kids run around. You know, watch what your kids be listening to in the YouTube streets, because most of the guys on the YouTube streets that did time in, that did time in jail, some of the guys up here, they talk about the knots, what you shouldn't do. But you got a lot of guys up here, they glorify gang banging. They glorify going back and forth to prison. That ain't nothing to glorify, bro. That ain't nothing to honor. That's why I don't watch a lot of that stuff on YouTube. You can't have your kids listen to that, man, because that ain't the way to go, bro. Back in the day, you used to be able to monitor the music. What was that tag they used to put on the music every time you buy the CD? There was a tag on there to tell you parental guidance. They don't even have it on music no more. Back then, NWA used to talk about women, calling them bees and all this wild stuff, but they was talking about the issue that was going on in the streets. So what they did, the government put a tag on the music. It says certain music you can't listen. You had to buy 2 CDs. You had to buy the clean version, and you had to buy the dirty version. Now you turn on the radio, they talking about booty meat. Like, it's nasty, man. The music now is really terrible now for the kids now. It's terrible right now. The music now is crazy. Now life don't it's crazy. The music crazy though, man. The music crazy now. Things ain't the same way it used to be, man. Ain't the same way it used to be. Like I said, with the YouTube streets, they gave us they gave us a platform to speak. And what we doing with this platform, we destroying it. We destroying it, man. We get up here and we get highly disrespectful up here. Highly disrespectful. It's crazy now that you can see couples come on YouTube and drag each other. Come on the internet and just drag each other, man. You think your kids ain't watching that? Nowadays, you can put somebody's name on the internet and you will see everything they done did up. You put their name in Google. If you want to find it, if you want to listen, if you want to see a certain YouTuber, all you got to do is put their name on here and you will see videos after videos after videos after videos of the disrespect that come out their mouth. The disrespect recordings that everybody else make. But they gave us a platform for what? I thought they gave us a platform to teach the people that you ain't got to be 100% positive, but you got to be somewhat affirmative, let people know what it is. But it's crazy up here now. All right. Now I'm about to get up out of here in a minute. All right, give me 1 second. I gotta close these doors. I gotta get up out of here. 1 second. What's up, bro? right, let's get up out of here, man. I gotta hurry up, man. No running. Oh yeah, they're gonna have a lot of explaining to do one day. A lot of explaining to do one day. I'm gonna keep it 100. They're gonna have a lot of explaining to do one day. They don't see that right now. They don't see it right now. You know what? You know what they see? Like, share, subscribe. That's all they see. Is like, share, and subscribe. That's all they see. They ain't gonna have none answer to. But one day it's gonna be knocking on your door. Don't nobody want to explain that. I just can't see myself coming up here exposing the life that I have with a significant other. And I'm gonna tell you something. Hey, Spawn, no. We've been on these YouTube streets when the dirty sector became the dirty sector, right? We've been up here for a minute. We all battle tested. We all done went back and forth with it. So now we just sit back and watch. We sit back and watch, man. And, you know, and I'm like this, right? Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna sit there and listen and you can't teach me nothing. Give me 1 second. I gotta jump out real quick. All right, let's get up out of here, man. I'll run down here, grab me some coffee, keep it stepping. But yeah, you know, like I said, I can't do that, man. Like, don't get me wrong, we all our hands, and everybody hands dirty in something, you know. But at a certain, my thing is this: at a certain age, you should know better, man. That's all I got to say about that. At a certain age, you should know better, and that goes for anybody. Like me, I'm 51, so at a certain age, you should know better. You should know that at the end of the day, the way you act, it's going to come back on you, man. So, you know, karma is something, man. So, you know, people like, because it's the internet, you know, they choose a pick and they want you to be something that, nah, you don't have to be like that, man. That's why I just came up here. I said, you know what, it's all trucking with me. I keep it on the trucking. You know, at least I know with trucking, I know I got a lot to bring to the table. After driving for 30 years, I got a lot to bring to the table. So, you know, as far as trucking, fixing trucks, you know, if you haven't subscribed to DIY Trucking J yet, go subscribe to DIY Trucking J. On that channel, I fix trucks and cars. So I know I have a lot to bring to the channel. So I'd rather keep it on trucking, man, because I'm not going to be up here disrespecting nobody's kids, disrespecting somebody's mama. I'm not gonna be sitting arguing every day with a black man, with a black woman, Hispanic, any woman of any source of race, creed, color. I'm not doing that. That's just me. Because when I came on the YouTube streets, we wasn't doing none of this. I'm not gonna do it. So I can't, man. I can't. I stand on principle. So I can't do that. I'm not gonna do that. You would never find me up here going crazy, arguing with anybody. If I'm gonna argue with you, that's argue to teach. Let's teach each other something. You know, if I can't put no money in your pocket, I'm gonna put a skill in your pocket. And that's it. If I can help you with a skill and you can make money, hey, why not? And since I've been on these YouTube streets, I done helped 4 people get CDL license. 4. 2 don't want me to say their name. The other 2 was Lil Taz on TV and Melee all day. You know, shout out to them. We still friends to this day. When people say, well, you don't have no friends, you can't make friends on YouTube, you don't have no friends on YouTube, let me tell you something, man. I got a couple cats on YouTube that I could actually call, we friends. I talk to them on a regular. And you would never hear they business on these YouTube streets. Nah, we don't do that, man. Because you stand on principle around here, man. Stand on principle. We came into the YouTube, it was different. You know, yeah, we came talking about Hassan, but then that went left, and you know, no more of that. So I just figured, let me change the content, and I just started talking about trucking. I started talking and preaching trucking, and that's it. You know, I'd rather bring that than anything else. I'm not gonna be here arguing beef with nobody. I'm not doing that, man. You wanna argue and you wanna beef, I'm gonna say, hey, man, you can have that. You can have that, man. You can have that. You know, argue me about how to take a tire off a truck. I'm not gonna argue with you about nothing else. I'm not gonna be up here showing no. I'm not gonna be up here showing the living room, we're gonna have an apartment battle. We're gonna have a house battle. We're gonna have a car battle. I'm gonna show you my wife. I'm gonna show you my baby mother. I'm gonna show you my girlfriend. I'm not doing that with nobody. But I'll show you a truck. I'll show you how to fix a truck. I'll show you how to fix a car. I'll show you how to do an oil change. I'll show you how to get a CDL. I'll show you how I did 30 years of driving. I can show you all of that. But I'm not gonna be up here having a wife challenge or a baby mama challenge. I'm not doing that, man. I think it's crazy, man. That's just mental behavior, man. I'm not doing that with nobody, man. We're not gonna argue over a kitchen. We're not gonna argue over a bathroom, a bedroom. I'm not doing that with nobody on here. I'm not gonna do that. Now, I'm not doing all that, man. So if that's what people want, I'm not gonna battle you like that. I'm not doing that, man. I'd rather cheat you. You know, I'd rather come on, I'd rather laugh now. You know, I can get petty, you know, I can clown, I can roast, I can do all of that. But I'm not gonna sit up here and be gonna have a battle over a life. I ain't doing all that, man. I ain't shit. Nah, I'm not gonna be able to tell you I'm 50 years old and I got a 2-year-old baby, and we gonna have a battle over see who can make babies at the age of 50. At 50 years old, you better be trying to live your life, man. This is the time to live your life to the fullest. Like, live it, man. You get 50 or better, live your life, man. You still 50, you healthy, you can see, you can walk, you can dance. You know, you can smoke your cigars, man. That's how you supposed to live life. I'm not 50 living life on YouTube arguing about who got the longest pair of socks. I ain't doing all that, man. I ain't doing that with nobody, man. Shout out to people who does that, but I'm not doing that, man. I'm not going to glorify that, man. I'm not going to tell you all that. I'm not going to be tell you all some type of, you know, I just can't see how people consider themselves to be gangsters and they up here talking about street politics. Nah, I'm a truck driver, and I'm going to talk about truck strong stuff, truck politics. That's all I know. 30 years of driving trucks, 30 years of driving trucks, owning 2 trucks, you know. I can talk about that. I can talk about going to a company rodeo and getting paid to go to a rodeo full of truckers. If y'all want, look it up. Look up commercial vehicle rodeo, trucker championship rodeos. I came in first place 2 years. No, 1 year, skip a year, and another year. So I was in the trucker championship. I was a trucking, driving for companies and going to trucker championships and all of that crazy stuff. So I've been out here for a minute. I done did that. I done drove for BMW a year, hauling cars up and down from Grand South Carolina all the way up to Rhode Island, driving off Rolls Royce. Because a lot of y'all don't know, BMW make Rolls Royce. So if you're dropping off Rolls Royce, BMWs, Mini Coopers, and that's it. So I was doing that from Greer, South Carolina, all the way up to New Hampshire, Rhode Island, back down to Greer, South Carolina. So back and forth up and down the highway, man, hauling cars. So I did all of that. Man. Run the tankers, and I've been in this game for a minute. So I could definitely teach you something about trucking if you want to know. But I can't teach you the disrespect, because we all got to stand on morals and principles. So I'm not gonna do that with y'all. I'm not doing that. I laugh at it. Then I watch, like you said, what they say, if you don't want to watch, turn the channel. Well, definitely, I do turn the channel. I'll be sitting up here watching cooking channels and cars and bears and all of that crazy stuff. Now, right now, I'm in Cortland, New York right now. You gotta be careful over here because there be a lot of cops out here. You may don't see them, but they see you though. Cops ain't got nothing to do. Yeah. I ain't got the heat on. It's hot up in this thing. I messed around and blew my condenser out. A bird flew up under the truck, smashed into the condenser, and took all the freon out. So now I got to order a whole new condenser. It's too hot for that. See, that's the problems I go through, man. I go through problems where last week in the state of Pennsylvania, all commercial drivers have to renew their registration by the 31st. So then you have to pay for what they call a 2290. So that cost me $550, and then I had to go register the truck. That was $2,100. So for me to be arguing with somebody, I can't do that, man. I argue trying to see I'm gonna pay the bill. That's what we gonna do. How we gonna pay this bill, man? Other than that, that's what it cost me. Right before that, I had to do a transmission. Transmission cost me altogether $7,200. I had to do a transmission plus a clutch. When you out here as an owner operator, you got bills to pay, man. I can't. Like I said, you can get a check. I say yes, you get a check for $10,000, and you'll be crying because that $10,000 not enough when you got your truck in the shop, and they talking about $16,000 to repair the damn motor. Now you trying to figure out where you gonna get the other $6,000. So coming on YouTube to be arguing, and you're not even monetized, and you're not even getting paid. What's the purpose you doing it for then? Not even getting paid to do that. Man, I don't know what we doing here, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna run down here and run up in this these Dunkin' Donuts down here and give me a cup of coffee real quick. Yeah, I just come on live to chop it up with y'all, man. That's all. I came up here to chop it up with y'all. Now I hope my boy got his truck. My boy blew the drive shaft off his truck, and he called me up. See, that's what I'm saying about what My boy blew the drive shaft off his truck. And he called me this morning. He was like, yo, Jay, man, I'm going to show you 2 pictures. I said, what up, bro? And he showed me the 2 pictures. And he was like, what you think I could do with this? I said, you know what, do this what you do. You got some tools in your truck? Yeah, grab that. That right there is a 14. Grab a 14 or a 9/16 ratchet or a wrench. Take off the top bolts from the top. Take the top bolts off from the bottom. Get a hammer. Knock on the side of the pipe. Don't knock on top of the thread because you don't want to strip it, and knock off the universal joint. Once you knock the joints off, then put that piece in the back, because that little piece right there is going to cost you about $400 at a junkyard. So he said, what should I do with the other piece? When I looked at the other piece, now like I said, I don't sugarcoat it. I said, come on, bro. He said, what's wrong, man? I said, man, you got to maintain your truck, man. You got to grease these trucks. That's lack of maintenance. And he was like, come on, Jay, man. What you looking at? I said, you see your small yoke shaft? He said, yeah. You see the caps broken in half? He said, yeah. I said, that comes from not greasing your truck. He said, yeah, but the shop's supposed to do. No. If you own that truck, you got to do the maintenance on that truck. You can't wait for nobody to maintain that truck. So he was like, man, you know what, man? I ain't gonna be mad at you, bro. You right about that, Jay. You right, Jay. You right. You right about that, man. That's why I called you, bro. That's why I called you, man. I said, yeah, man, that's your fault, bro. So what you're gonna need to do now is put the small shaft in the back, in the back of the sleeper compartment. Take the other shaft, take that off, and I'm gonna send you some information. You take that information to Ben Salem, South Jersey, and they'll do the whole shaft while you wait. They'll do the whole shaft, yeah, Al. And you know, and I told them they do the whole shaft while you wait. See, that's what it is. Now, that's what it is when it comes down to truck. It's not like YouTube. You know, when it comes down to trucking, I get calls every day. And all, you know, people, I even get people that call me that got real mechanics, and they'll call me on the phone, and they're like, yo, you a mechanic? And I'm like, nah, man, but I've been to the game 30 years, though. What's wrong? And I give out information. And I don't charge nobody for information. I give out information. They get their truck fixed, they get back on the road, and they hit me up later. Yo, Jay, man, thanks, man. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. Nah, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it, man. I got you, man. Don't worry about it. Get back on the road, man. Call me when you get somewhere safe. And that's it. I get calls every day, man. And it's just, I like to help people, man. It's what I do. I learned. You know, being out here 30 years, and you gotta learn. You gotta learn this. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, right? Now, a good friend of mine's name, people say there's no friends on YouTube, right? I'm gonna tell y'all something. He might be listening, and he always say, no, man, don't blow my spot up like that. I'm not gonna say his name, right? But he a YouTuber. He got a YouTube channel. I was on Route 80. No, I was on 78 westbound, and I blew my drive shaft. The whole drive shaft came off the truck. So I couldn't move the truck, so I had to back down on the shoulder. It was traffic, big truck accident out there. So he seen me live. He was like, yo, Jay, where you at, man? I said, man, I'm on 78. Now, mind you, I talk to him all the time, but I never met him. The brother left his house in Irvington, New Jersey, came all the way up 2 hours on the side. This is a YouTuber. He pulled up with his car, and he said, yo, Jay, how can I help you? So I said, I'm gonna need you to do me a favor. Can you take these parts and get me the part number? See, I didn't know the part number. So what he did was he couldn't get what I needed, but he got the part number. So at the same time, I said, yo, since you on the ground, I'm gonna show you what I know and help you. So when you go do your own truck, you can do it your own truck. So he got on the ground with me. We both got wrenches. We both taking the whole drive shaft off the bottom of the truck, put everything on the catwalk, strapped it down. When the wrecker came and towed my truck, he took off. See, people say there's no friends on YouTube. Man, his brother left his house and helped me come work on the truck. That's the first time I met him. But we talked a lot, but that's the first time I met him. So for people to sit up there and say you can't meet no honest people up here, you can really meet some people up here, man. You can actually meet some cats up on YouTube, and he came and helped me. He's a YouTuber. But I won't say his name though, because you know he do other things. He'll own operator like myself. You know, so what happened was same thing. I had to install a boiler in my house because the hot water heater went. Same YouTube. I called him on the phone. He do his own thing. He a homeowner. He said, yo, man, I got you, man. I'm gonna show you what to do. Came up there, put me onto what they call snake bites. Helped me put a whole, he guided me through it. So he ended up leaving, and I installed the whole water heater in my house. And it's a YouTuber. So when people say, nah, YouTubers are snakes, nah, ain't no snakes out there, man. Ain't no snakes out there. And you know, what we always say growing up, real recognize real. Y'all ever heard that? Real recognize real. And at the end of the day, he kept it 100. Come on, let me go up in there. I should park in the front. I don't want to block anybody. I don't want anybody coming out crying. I'll swing around the back real quick. Trying to swing to the last leg so I can get up in there. The truck's still sitting there. Yeah, he's still sitting. Alright, there you go. Now, I don't need no fuel. I just need to run up there and get some coffee real quick. Definitely need to get some water. I drink a lot of water. I don't drink no soda, but I drink a lot of water. Soda ain't no good for you being out here on the YouTube. Being out here, soda ain't no good for you. You got diabetes, high blood pressure, and everything else out here. So now we stay away from soda. I don't have diabetes, high blood pressure. I'm just saying though, that brings a lot. There's a lot of drivers out here very unhealthy because they drink a lot of soda, a lot of snacks, a lot of junk food. Most of this food out here in these truck stops ain't no good for you as a truck driver. Now you gotta be able to maintain and stay healthy out here. But I'm about to end this live. I appreciate y'all for coming through Spawn, kicking it with me. Mama B, I appreciate you coming through. Let me see something real quick. There you go. So I appreciate you for coming through. You know, everybody else, Sage, everybody else in the bushes, man. You know, I don't expect a good turnout, but you know, the people that come through, the people that I respect. So this is the time that I'm on. But I'm about to get out of here because I gotta run and get some water. Probably get some coffee. I might because it's hot up here. And that's pretty much about it. But I'll get at y'all later. Peace. Thanks for watching. Make sure y'all hit the like button. I'll get at y'all tomorrow. So I'll be around this time tomorrow, like between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, I'll be on live. All right. So I'll get up with y'all. Peace.